My roommate Kevin is a guy who possesses an incredibly high GPA, but absolutely zero real world survival instincts. He can explain the quantum physics of black holes for 3 hours without blinking. But last month, he tried to clean his toaster by submerging it in a full sink of soapy water while it was still plugged in. I managed to tackle him before he turned himself into a human conductor. But that was just a regular Tuesday with Kevin. His crowning achievement of pure, unadulterated stupidity occurred last weekend. It started at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. I was fast asleep when a deafening mechanical roar rattled my bedroom windows. The entire house was vibrating. I jumped out of bed, grabbed a baseball bat thinking we were under siege, and ran out to the front porch. The moon was bright. The street was dead silent except for our front yard. There was Kevin, wearing his noise-canceling headphones, a headlamp strapped over his forehead, and a pair of neon green swim trunks, aggressively pushing a roaring gasoline lawnmower through the dark. I sprinted onto the grass, waving my hands frantically to get his attention. He didn't see me until I stepped directly in his path. He yanked his headphones off, looking genuinely startled. "What are you doing?" I screamed over the engine noise. "Mowing the lawn," he shouted back, looking confused by my anger. "It is 2 o'clock in the morning, Kevin! Why are you mowing the grass right now?" "Because the sun isn't out," he explained, as if I was the idiot in this scenario. Think about it. During the day, the UV rays damage your skin, and the ambient temperature makes you sweat, which leads to dehydration. At night, it's cool. There's no solar radiation, and the grass is crisp from the dew, making it a more efficient cut. It's basic science, man. Before I could point out the sociological flaws in his night mowing hypothesis, the front door of our neighbor's house slammed open. Mr. Albright, a retired Marine who takes his lawn very seriously and sleeps with a baseball bat of his own, stormed down his driveway. His face was twisted in absolute fury. Kevin, completely oblivious to the impending danger, smiled and waved. "Good morning, Mr. Albright. Fine night for some landscaping, isn't it?" Albright stopped at the edge of our property line, staring at Kevin's swim trunks, the headlamp, and the running mower. He looked like he was trying to process whether he was awake or trapped in a fever dream. "Turn that machine off before I throw it into the street," Albright growled. Kevin turned off the engine. The sudden silence made the neighborhood feel eerie. "I'm just trying to avoid heat stroke, sir," Kevin explained politely. Albright pointed a finger at the ground. "Look at your lawn, son." I looked down. Because it was pitch black and Kevin was relying entirely on a single headlamp, he hadn't been mowing in straight lines. He had been mowing in random, chaotic zigzags. Half the yard was completely bald where he had lowered the blade too far, and the other half was untouched. He had also accidentally mowed down a 3-foot section of Mr. Albright's prize-winning rose bushes that bordered our driveway. Kevin looked at the destroyed roses, then at his crooked patterns, and finally back at the furious retired Marine. "Well," Kevin muttered, adjusting his headlamp. "The good news is the remaining roses have excellent airflow now. We spent the next day replanting bushes and manually patching the grass with sod. Kevin is no longer allowed to touch any tool that requires gasoline, electricity, or moving parts after sunset.